Hello and welcome everybody, it's Karen. I am playing with the Birthday Fun collection from Paper Rose Studio today, and oh, it is so much fun. So I'm going to quickly show you the products, but if you don't want to see them all, you can skip ahead to the 2-minute and 13-second mark and I'll start making cards there. But I just thought it would be really fun to show you this because really, I love this collection. I can see so many cards coming out of it. So I've got the 6x6 papers, and they are lovely. There are 3 of each of 6 different designs in these papers, so 18 pieces of cardstock in total, and it's a really nice thick weight cardstock, and they're all double-sided, so as you can see, it's the hardest part is deciding which side of these papers to use, and they're all really fun. They're all that soft rainbow palette, so they can mix and match so well together, as you can see here. Just quick and easy cards coming out of these for sure. But I don't tend to do quick and easy all that much, so you'll see I've got a few different cards for you, but they're not hard to do, I promise. So here's the first set I showed you. There was the Birthday Fun Basics, and that was just the Birthday Fun collection. Now I've also got some of the embossed die cuts. These are really great. They are perforated, so you just pop them out and stick them up, and as you can see, they're glazed in different parts, so nice and shiny, and just make really quick, easy card embellishments. This particular set is the tags and tickets. Now there's all the little numbers on there with the candles, so great for little kids' birthdays, but also for those with double-digit birthdays, I think, and lots of sentiments in there as well. So that was the Tags and Tickets collection, and this is just the Birthday Fun embossed die cuts, which has lots of these little window images, which I absolutely love. Cakes, birthday balloons, hats, lots of puppy dogs in here, and more sentiments again. So this is the first card I'm going to make. I'm using some of those window images. Now I'm using the die, the Window with Bricks die. If you don't have that, you could use an arch die, you could use a rectangle die, whatever you've got. But I just thought I would show you how I did this one. So I'm popping out one of these windows. Super quick and easy to do. And I've chosen, I'm going to make this a 5.5 inch square card, so I've got a card base there, and I've chosen this pink piece of cardstock. This one I did with the blue, and these are both from the Birthday Fun Basics collection. So I've trimmed that down to be 5.5 inches square, and I'm going to die cut that window opening from it. Now I did keep on a piece of press and seal, all that, it's just that slightly sticky tacky paper. I know that not everybody in the world gets this stuff, but it's fantastic if you have it. But I just tried to keep them in order, and here I'm cutting from a piece of scrap white cardstock that inner arch. Now I'm going to add double-sided foam tape to the back of this card, and I'm covering all the openings except that center one. So I found that easier to do on a silicone mat. So you can see it's all covered. Now on the front, I'm going to add a little thin strip of extra foam tape. And this really didn't take very long, but you want to do that just to, if you have the die, just to add the embellishment. If you don't have the die, then you don't have to worry about this step. But you can see here, because I used the press and seal, most of those lined up and I could figure out where they went. So I just went along one at a time, 1 or 2 at a time probably, sticking these down. If they looked like they were lining up, I did 2 at a time. And then just sticking the appropriate ones back in place. So when it's all done, you'll see that you get that nice 3D look of these extra little bricks coming off. So I've taken the release paper off the back and added a layer of glue. Now, I wish I had done this. When I did the blue one, I penciled in where that arch was, the inside arch, and put my window die cut down first. This time I didn't, and it was much harder to do. So I would not do it the way I'm doing here, where I'm sort of trying to shove this back in through the opening and making sure it's sort of lined up. If you just pencil it, that pencil is going to be covered by the white arch anyway, so that would have been much simpler and much easier to do. So just kind of wiggling that back so it's straight. And now I've put a very thin layer of foam tape on that inside arch as well, and I'm going to put that back into the opening. And so then it will have that nice little break. Now I've taken, this is a happy birthday sentiment from one of those embossed die cut collections. I can't remember now which one. I think it was the just birthday fun collection, this one. And I had to add a double layer of foam tape to the behind the happy because that's inside that opening. So to make it flush, I added 2 layers of foam tape. And then I'm just sticking down some of those images on the front. Now on the inside, I have stamped this. And so I am using the new Wishing and Sending Sentiment stamp set, which I love because it's so nice to have a stamp set that just has some of those sentiments that you can add in. So that was the first card. Here's the second. I'm using again one of the Birthday Fun Basics papers. I just thought this was a really fun little image, but I wanted to step it up a little bit. So I've got my scrapbook.com glue. So any glue that dries tacky will work for this. So there are a few of them out there. This one just works really well. Just don't squeeze the bottle if you have this glue. But I'm just highlighting a few of the bows and flowers. And when that glue dries, it goes from milky white to clear. And so once it's clear, you can start to do this. So I've got some gilding flakes here, just in gold, and I'm just going to put a few pieces down, and then you're going to brush them in. And so wherever that glue has dried tacky, it will pick up these gilding flakes. So I'm just brushing these around until I'm pretty sure I've got no more tacky areas left. And then I just take a little soft cloth and buff this off, just to add a bit more shine to it. And so you can see there, I think, there's a few areas with a bit of gold. But that wasn't enough, so I'm going in with my glossy accents. And I'm just going to highlight some of those balloons. I think I sort of went down near the bottom, but I don't think it matters. I just wanted a bit of shine. And then I went over each of the window panes, adding a layer of the glossy accents as well. So when that dried, there it is. So you can see it's got quite a bit more bling to it all now with the glossy accents and the gold embellishment. And I just thought that was kind of a fun way to step it up a little bit. Now I'm using the Stitch Direct or square frame dies here. I've got a piece of scrap cardstock that I've covered with a double-sided adhesive tape. And I've cut that out and I'm removing the release paper now. And again, I'm going to put gilding flakes on that. So I will brush these in, and all you want to do is just make sure it's sticking down to that double-sided adhesive and that all the areas are covered. So you just keep brushing it until it covers it all and there's no more sticky areas. And so that was the frame when it was all done. And now I'm going to trim this piece of cardstock, but I'm trying to figure out how to do it. The image is bigger. So I'm marking on the right hand side where I want this image to end and where to cut that, but also at the very top there, just underneath that top bar going across, I'm marking that as well. And so now I can cut from the outside just to the balloons on either side, and I have trimmed away that right hand edge. And so now I've got that started, and I'm just going to use my little scissors and fussy cut this out. I didn't want to lose the balloons. I just thought they were so much fun. So now this frame will fit around all that, and it's going to look like the balloons are sort of bursting forth out of that, out of the frame, or that's my thought on it. Now on the frame, on the back, I've taken scrap cardstock and I've cut 3 layers, or 3 thin strips, and mounted those all around. So it's 3 layers thick is what I'm trying to say. And I'm putting glue on the left and right edges and the bottom. And then I'm going to fit this over the top of that image again so that I can line it up, and then I'll adhere that frame to that, that image on the left and right and the bottom edges. So just pressing it down so it fits. And then I put a little bit of glue in behind the balloons where they will attach to that top part of the frame, and just press that in. Now for my card, I've got this piece of the Birthday Fun cardstock, and I've cut it down to be 5.5 inch square, but I've cut the center out. I didn't want to waste that. So I've cut the center out, glued it down, and I've glued that image over top of that center opening. Now this is the Wishes die. I love this font. So I've cut that 3 times. I just wanted it to be nice and thick. But because of that frame being 3 layers thick, I also have to cut the top of this. So I've cut it 3 times from scrap cardstock. It was a great way to use up some scraps. And I'm going to glue those and stack them up together. And I can see from my card on the left there that I have to trim this off just below the letters on the Wishes. And so then these pieces I will now glue to the back of that. So the top of this Wishes is going to be 3 layers thicker than the bottom, but that's so that it will fit inside the frame and not have to bend over it. So I'm just lining that up there, and then I can add glue to the whole Wishes sentiment, and I will glue that right down in place. And so now it's nice and flush all along. Now again, I'm using that stamp set, and I've gold heat embossed this happy birthday, and I'm just putting that to the left of the Wishes there. How nice to have that stamp set, you know, with all those extra sentiments. I love that. So I've just added some pearls to that card, and there it is, done. But kind of fun. Now I've made a very quick card here for you, just to show you how quick and simple this set is. I've taken that square that I cut out from this card, and I've put that in the center. I die cut a circle from this birthday fun piece of cardstock with all the candles and the little white center, just to, you know, break it up with the cake piece there. I've taken the sentiment and that topper from the Tags and Tickets collection, and the cake is from the regular Birthday Fun collection. And all I did was I added a few pearls. So that had to be like a 10-minute card, honestly. It was so quick and easy. On the inside, I stamped the sentiments and clear heat embossed it. And so there you go, some really fun, easy cards to make. That collection is fantastic. Thank you so much, everybody, for stopping by. I so appreciate you coming and watching and commenting and all your likes. Thank you so much.